Hello, KMA family. A mother of one of my Black Belt Training Advanced students recently asked a great question, and it was such a good question that I wanted to answer it here. It actually even inspired me to kind of explain some of the things that we're doing in this next evolution. So her question was, how come the classes had changed, and specifically the fact that the advanced classes were 15 minutes less than they were before. Long story short, that just needed to be done for the next series of improvements that I've made. But it was such a great question that I wanted to go and try to explain some of the elements of, we went to the new schedule and I got a new rotating curriculum. And I mean, by the way, the most important parts have not changed. You still all the great Krav Maga and kickboxing training and everything that the students have always gotten, but I've just fit even more in. Some of the improvements we wanted to be able to make was making sure, for example, that we could offer every class 6 times a week, and that is 3 A days and 3 B days, such that every student can elect their 1 A day and 1 B day. In other words, instead of 1 day a week of leadership, having the leadership every day so that it would be fit between the basic and advanced BBC, so that both groups would be able to take advantage of it. And I'd like to go even one step further and talk to you about some of the other improvements we've done to make sure that our students are even better gathering their curriculum and to ensure that every single student is ready for testing and promotion in accordance with their schedule on their way to Black Belt and beyond. So I want to explain to you about the daily class plans and what they look like. I want to explain to you about how that fits into the month plan and how that fits into the quarter plan. Okay? So I think I'm going to start. I'm going to start by showing a month and what it looks like, and let you kind of understand how it works. Because what would happen in this 3-month rotation would be in month 1, week 1. Students are getting the first half of the month 1 material. And in week 2 of that month, they're getting the second half of the month 1 material. And in week 3, they are reviewing all of month 1's material. And in week 4, they're testing. And this is the stripe test, the monthly stripe test, wherein, for example, this month we're going to be testing for the green accuracy stripe very soon here. Then in month 2, the breakdown is very, very similar. So we have week 1 is 1/2 of month 2's curriculum. Week 2 is 1/2 of month 2's curriculum. Week 3 is a review of all that curriculum. And week 4 is another stripe testing. And then what happens in the 3rd month, and by the way, for this particular rotation, September is the end of this quarter's rotation. And everybody's going to test, and we're going to have awesome Black Belt extravaganza. But in month 3 of any given rotation, it looks like this. Week 1 is a review of all of month 1. And week 2 is a review of all of month 2. And week 3 is a review of everything, month 1 and month 2. And week 4 is the actual belt test. Now, long story short, as pertains to this is going to create a better student. This is going to create a better experience for the student because they never ever feel like they're falling behind. It creates a better quality student that for sure is ready for testing. And it creates a cohort where everybody's going to be moving together. Now, by the way, I've done it both ways. Most recently, the things that we've done in some of your lives in the recent years was an experiment in a new way, and it was cool in lots of ways too. But I'm going back to something that we did for many, many years that will guarantee an even better quality of experience and a better quality of student. Now, to break this down a little bit further, this is the quarter. And I guess I just broke down the months. I want to talk about what actually happens in the class. And this is a great level of detail, I know, but some of you really want to know what's going on. You may notice that, and right now I'm talking about the family classes. I'm going to use the family class, not the adult class, as the example, although there's a lot of similarities. But in the family class, at the beginning, there's certain protocols. For example, here I'm going to put bow, because every time we have the students bow to their parents to reinforce the courtesy and respect they got to show for their parents. And then after we've done the initial protocols and had them bow into us as well and lined up correctly, then you may notice that we always start with a creed because it enforces the things that we do. Next thing that my instructors are trained to do, and I do it from out on the floor, is we pre-frame the class on the goal of the day, how it relates to stripe and belt testing. And then the next thing we do after that, of course, is we have our warm-up. And we always do fun and exciting warm-ups, followed by drills for skills. So for example, this week, I've been working with the kids, and we're working on accuracy, and they haven't even really noticed what's going on, but they're doing the jab and the cross and the kick to a particular command in the air, and then they're doing it on the focus pads, and the next thing you know, it's in their form, and it's in their self-protection, and it all ties together. Drills for Skills supports the physical quality that we're working on that month. And then what ends up happening is in a basic class, the rest of the class is simply the Krav Maga core curriculum. In a black belt champion training program, it breaks down like this. On the A day, the students are doing their karate material and their Krav Maga self-protection material. And the last evolution, like the last 15 minutes of class, is where they're doing the stress drills. And on the B day, the student is doing their kicking, their kickboxing sets, and their sparring. And then, of course, at the end, when we come together, again, we ask the 3 questions. Did you have fun? Did you do your best? Did you learn something new? We tell them what we told them, and we do the end-of-class student grade. The point of the story is that every class is broken down by exactly what it should be, so that 45-minute class has a specific amount of time dedicated to each and every activity. What this does is it keeps it fun and fast-moving, and it makes sure that the students get everything that they need, and that as long as they're making their 1 A day and their 1 B day per week, they are ready for an awesome test. Hope this helps. Thank you for the great question. I look forward to seeing you out here on the mat.